Welcome to the Ascension Tip of the Now. We're going to dive deeper into some demos of what I've been talking about for about a week now. Getting our light body system an upgrade, retraining it. As we become awake to it, we can learn how to use it. Hello, hello. Okay, so I want to talk about, I've been talking about closing the doors, locking the gates on your chakras, turning them to stars. So I want to give at least a couple examples, very simple, and then you can take that simple example or two and take it all the way up the chakra system. So we're used to interact with people in certain ways that would possibly have you empathically feeling a trigger, feeling, if you're at my age range, you might have felt a hot flash, some sort of sensation. Maybe you felt a headache. Maybe you felt something go off of your neutral when you came up to somebody or you thought about something, which is a judgment, which is you're trying to interpret what's going on with the energy. So let's just look at our root chakra, okay? Stability, foundation, survival, all those keywords, physical body, feeling strong, feeling supported. So if let's just deal with a person. If you come to a person and all of a sudden you get a physical sensation, a trigger, something goes off your neutral point, what I want you to do is to close your eyes and ask for the energy to really show up inside of you, your whole chakra system, but you're going to start one at a time. I suggest you start below the lower chakra gates and ask to see that chakra. So if you're not visual, maybe you'll become visual after I give you some of these examples. If you're more empathic, then you're going to sit there and feel it while you're observing the feelings shift and change. You're going to take deep breaths. You can use your body sway muscle testing and wait for your body to pull forward for a full yes, that it's clear or that it's closed or that it's stabilized. If you're visual, the example I want to give is that when I look down in my chakra system, if I'm looking at the root first and I see, all of a sudden I'll look down. Let's say I've had a physical sensation to somebody that just came up to me and I'm like, well, what is this? I was feeling great before I interacted with them. And then all of a sudden I don't feel great. So I'll ask to see that root chakra. I'll look down with my mind, in my mind's eye, with my imagination. I'll look down, and that chakra, I'm going to actually do a real example. I'm going to think of something that happened today with someone being out at stores. Okay, so I'm going to ask for what is the energy signature that I need to understand of what I do, how I judge, how I interact, that I could upgrade and understand myself better and stabilize the interaction patterns. Because each time you come up to someone new or some new event or circumstance, your chakra system starts to shift. Your propellers start to spin differently. And if they're not spinning at all anymore and they're just stabilized, awesome. But I want to help get us there. We got to retrain ourselves to understand this. So if I'm out shopping and all of a sudden what was like a beautiful star point, a beautiful star stabilized point of light at my root turns to a wobble and I start having, physical sensations and I look down inside myself, what I'm seeing like this. I'm seeing just a really open, that's the visual I'm getting. And I'm even seeing some just lines. Okay, so if I look down and I say, okay, what's the energy going on here as I interact with this shopping experience? Where do I need to upgrade my ability to hold stability in all my chakra system? I'm just looking at the root. And so I'll go ahead and ask my consciousness to go ahead and adjust that and pull back all the energies, close all doors, and upgrade my ability to stabilize when I go shopping. And so I'm watching all these lines right now as I close my eyes. I'm watching them disappear as the energy literally pulls up. All my essence starts to pull back up into that chakra gate. And then it pulls tighter and tighter, starts to get smaller and smaller and almost more solid looking. And then what I wait for is I wait for the stability visual, which is a star point. So it turns from a chakra spinning wheel to a beautiful, like powerful point of light that looks like a star. And poof, sometimes it pops and poofs. And it just did this. It turned into a star. Okay? And so that would mean now when I go into that same circumstance, or if I'm still at the store, that it should adjust, meaning I should have my neutrality back. I should have my really even feel in my body. And if not, then maybe something else shifted. And what I notice is that if there's another person with me, like my child, I may need to do this exercise again on how do I stay stellar and stable in my chakra system when I have my child with me. And if I add a third person, my partner, okay, the three of us are out. How do the three of us go to a store and be stellar? So I don't have to change their system. I just need to change from within myself how I'm interacting as a group of people, a family going out and shopping. Okay, so once I did my route, I would then go up to the second gateway. And I'm looking at, when I go shopping, what does my sacral area look like? Okay, now it's going off to the left. I don't know how it's going to look over here for you, but it looks like this, off to the left, like a big leak off to the left. So I could, get information about that if I had time, but if I'm literally in the store and I just want to upgrade this, I'm going to ask for speed of light adjustment. And so I'm going to ask for speed of light adjustment for my consciousness to upgrade my sacral chakra to a stellar star point so that I no longer weeble wobble when I'm shopping. Okay, and it's all pulling in. So all the energy is coming back in. And then it's pulling in tight, 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 really strong. And then it went poof, and it turned to a star. Okay? So that's what I would do all the way up my chakra system. I'm just going to do that so I complete that all speed of light through all chakra systems, turn to all stellar star points. And it's doing it really fast for me. And then if I really want to upgrade this, what I've been doing lately, my eraser went. I go ahead and take all the chakras and have them all pull in and turn into a big source. And so it turns into like a big sun. And I'll just wait for a big poof. Poof. And then it did that, okay? So let me find my eraser. I have to use something else because I don't know where it went. So again, what is this doing? This is retraining my way of interacting as I go out and about to go shopping so that I am more stellar, more stable. I don't like when I can't find something. I also made the example of when you have, as soon as you add another person with you, meaning I went to go do some computer work the other day, and as I was doing the computer work, my whole family decided to join me in the room. And I went from feeling really powerful, ready to get online, ready to work, to all of a sudden my daughter swinging on the yoga swing around me and my partner wanting to lay down on the bed. And like, it went from feeling really neutral to really chaotic. And I said, what's going on here? And I was like, okay, you were feeling so stellar that you magnetized the crew into the room. And now you need to learn how to be stellar when they're with you. So I asked for the energy signature to come into my chakra system, come into my body, and show me this technique, how I needed to adjust myself so that if indeed they stayed in the room, that I could get back into that stellar clarity and get back online to do my work. So you may find this technique, you have to do it a few different ways with a few different configurations. So when are you doing this? You're doing this when you go off, when you're triggered, when you have a physical sensation start to arise in the body that's uncomfortable. Ask, what's going on here? So I had to do this for my partner this morning because not for him, but I had to educate him on this, that look, you're going out in the day and what are you thinking about? So it wasn't even a person yet. It was just his thoughts that were taking him into an unstable chakra system. And so it was causing physical pain. And so by educating him on what does it look like, what's going on inside your body at these chakra points. Can you go ahead and ask for a speed of light, pulling it all up, pulling it all in, and having a new way to interact, a new way to think about your day before you go ahead and create issues in your body. So I hope that helps to make sense. I just wanted to do a quick live. I know I've done several of these on this topic, but Spirit keeps having me talk about it for good reason, because sometimes how I say it a little bit differently might help. I've also been calling this closing doors and locking doors. So sometimes, you know, let's say you're at the solar plexus. This happened last night at the sound journey. A couple of the people were clearing the mass mind because they had lots of interactions, lots of stability in the past of having lots of cords connected to the solar plexus to keep them stable. It worked well for them. But then as we start to evolve, become more sovereign, and realize we don't actually have to do that entanglement dance anymore. We can actually just hold stillness, hold stellar, hold sovereign, hold neutral, and let that be the space holding for those around us to also find their new neutral, find their new stability. So what happened was I could see, like, as the solar plexus went to go close that door, meaning become stable, I saw this massive amount of energy out of this couple people's bodies. And it seemed like it was really one-sided. So maybe that's saying that they, you know, are, when they work with the mass around their personality or their ego, that they really do, you know, use their divine or their feminine qualities to entangle with others. And so just notice that. Do you feel like you have a lot of energy leaking out or cords showing up when you do the visual exercise, off to one side, off to another? Is it both? Investigate, learn about yourself. But so there was that topic I wanted to bring up. You may see a lot of energy or a lot of entanglement. The other thing is that when you say closed doors at a chakra and you're waiting and watching within yourself or using the muscle testing, you may see across all time, all space, all dimensions, all realities, all timelines, that, you know, I actually see physical doors shutting. Sometimes I'll see like big bricks moving. I'll see big garage doors slamming shut. It may not just be this chakra shutting and stabilizing and turning to a star. You may actually see, as you close your eyes, try this right now when you watch this. Let's just look at your solar plexus. Look at your solar plexus in reference to anywhere you have lost power at your solar plexus because you had opened doors in other timelines, dimensions, and realities. Go ahead and visualize any doors that need to shut. So as you're looking at that chakra, maybe you'll see, like, way out in the distance, some doors shutting. Maybe you'll see some garage doors shutting. Maybe you'll see some windows shutting. Just give that a minute. Say, speed of light, close all doors, all timelines, all dimensions at my solar plexus so that I can be more stellar, more stable in any situation having to do with me being my authentic self. Shut, 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 shut. All those doors. Use your breath. So that you have strength and wisdom and clarity to be authenticity in any situation. Close, 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 close. Mine are still shutting. And I'm going to add on being my authentic self, having to do with differing point of views. So if I have a different point of view than somebody, that I can still be my authentic self. Ooh, a big one just slammed shut on my left side. And then a big cinder block is moving like a big old brick out of the way so a door can shut. Like it was propped open. What was that from? Childhood? Past life? It was from a past life. Good. And is that complete? Yes. So I would see all these doors shutting, and then what happened is my chakra got really strong and stable, and then it poofed to a star. So you have to remember that you're retraining yourself in all situations, all existence, how to be sovereign, how to be stellar, how to be neutral. So my intention was very, pointing to me being authentic in situations where there was differing point of views on anything to do with power and authenticity. So if all of a sudden I have my child with me and I might need to add on everywhere I'm with my child and there's differing point of views, so that I can be authentic and true, close all doors. And let me see if it changes. Yeah, it just changed. All of a sudden now there's a whole huge leak out my left side. This might look like the right. And so I'm going to ask to clear and seal that leak, close all doors and all dimensions, all timelines, and all spaces and places, so that even with my child, I will remain stellar, neutral, and sovereign and authentic, even in differing point of views, so that I don't judge them. I just stay myself. And what was that? Something just like moved out of the way. Is that like a belief system? A promise to keep her safe. So everywhere I feel like by me being my authentic self, I would be making her unsafe, I'm going to destroy and uncreate that point of view. Good. And again, shut all doors and all dimensions, timelines. And I'm looking way out. I can see some doors shutting. Way out here, some doors. And I literally am seeing doors. Shut them all, speed of light. And then they just all went whoosh, and shut all the way around in big layers. And bring it back to a star point at my solar plexus. And bring all my chakra system to star points in reference to that topic. And then go ahead and collapse all of those star points to one big sun. Good. Okay. So I hope that helped. If it did not help or it made you have some bigger questions, please PM me so we can get clear on this. And have a great day.